Ahoy, everyone! Lots of terrible things have happened. A lot of death is going on.
Is that Blood-giver Anuk's trusted one, Norab? He will never get the soul charm.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Oh, that's so shit. I have no need to go that direction, so.
Oh, tusks.
Akrog is ready.
He is on his way.
No, go. What is that?
Let Akrog see.
Look who has arrived. Nurbok told Akrog this would happen, but he listened not.
Stop, Nurbok. This is not the time for fighting.
Crumb speaks true.
This is horrible. What happened?
What looks it like? The hunters attacked while Akrog was busy doing rituals with the Bonekin. Just as Nurbok said they would. Nurbok guesses the Cradle is gone too.
They're still fighting. Cabrax, he told them to flee.
And of course, Akrog obeyed.
It was not like that. Cabrax left them no choice.
Sure.
Zaska speaks true, trusted one. Chieftain Cabrax made a hex that brought them out of the Cradle. He wanted the Moonkin not to die.
Well, it's too late for that. Many did.
Well, you know what? You're an asshole.
The hunters. How many kin have they killed?
Better to ask how many were not killed.
They have not yet counted the bodies, Chieftain Akrog. But it is terrible. Zaramak, Julog, Anug, Krum, and maybe 24 kin are all who survived. It would have been worse had Anuk not warned Nurbok.
That terrible.
It is, little Noag. It is.
Akrog understands not. The eyes said there were no hunters wide and far. So how could this happen? I, Master Anug?
It is hard to explain. It is true that the beaks and the eyes see no hunters. But when Anuk go out yesterday, he see these strange sparkles in the air, like how air look over a fire. This morning, Anug and I see sparkles from the bushes. But suddenly, there is a blue cloud on the sparkles, and hunters come out.
A teleport hex, just like in the Cradle.
Mm-hmm. When Anuk find out, he run back to the tribe camp, but it was too late. He is sorry, Chieftain Akrog. He failed the tribe, and now so many kin is dead. Anug is not to blame. It was Akrog who would not listen.
Chieftain Akrog.
The small tusk is the last one to tell Nurbok what to do. He is not even a moon.
Quiet. Tusks, maybe Akrog made a mistake, but now is not the time to fight. Kin died, again. And more will die if the Moonkin stay here and wait for the hunters to finish crushing the Cradle. They need to leave. Now.
Powerful words. And where plans this great leader to take the Moonkin? Right into the next ambush?
He knows not, but they will work something out.
Maybe there is no need to. Zaska has an idea. Nurbok remembers when he said Zaska was making schemes again? Well, it is true. For the past moon, he has been meeting with a brittle bone.
A brittle bone?
That is what Zaska just said. And no, he has not betrayed them. Even though that is what they all believe he is just waiting to do. This brittle bone, he has a plan that would not just help the tribe crush the hunters, but could also cure the rot.
Cure the rot? How? How is that possible?
And there is the catch. The Moonkin must resurrect a fallen god.
I'm sorry, what?
Ever since they crossed the water to start a new life on Urgath, Mugwa had smiled upon her trolls. In their darkest times, though, her smile was sometimes forgotten. The blood rot, the hunters, the slavers. They were not so easy to forget. But as long as Mugwa was smiling, there was hope.
You know, the last time I dealt with a god, a lot of people fell asleep and never woke up again, so I'm not so sure I want this. Hooray! World map! Urgath. You can use the world map to traverse Urgath. Scroll over the map to see the locations available for travel. A blue or yellow quest marker on a location indicates there are unfinished missions to complete there. To order your travel to party, blah 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 blah. I've done it all. Is this the same map as previous? Or is this totally different? This is totally different. So I'm probably not going to encounter anybody I met before.
Disbelief marked the faces of surviving Moonkin as Asuka explained his idea. A pact with a Brittlebone Elder? Resurrecting a fallen god? Disgrace, they roared. Madness! But was there any other choice? So it was that Akrog used the chieftain's word for the first time. The Moonkin would meet this strange Brittlebone in the Blackheart jungle for a peace talk. When they marched to the Cradle 5 sundowns ago, the Moonkin had been bleeding. When they abandoned it to the hunters, the wound was wide, wide open.
This is it. The Brittlebone stranger is nearby.
Anug still think it is not wise to go alone. Take a few beaks, at least.
Akrog agreed to a peace talk.
And Brittlebones honor peace talks not. They say they will, then they stab each other in the back.
Maybe
Yeah,
so.
that sounds
But
right.
this Brittlebone had 100 chances to crush Zaska, and he crushed him not. Also, if he is anywhere near as powerful a hexer as Zaska thinks, a few beaks will make no difference. Please, Akrog. If they break the first pact they struck with the stranger, he might choose not to help them after all. The tribe has been ravaged, and they cannot ruin this chance.
Zaska speaks true, Chieftain. Trust must start somewhere.
Okay.
What thinks Nurbok of this?
Akrog cares.
Nurbok is the great warrior of the Moonkin. His thoughts matter.
Nurbok thinks the small tusk is right.
Wonders never cease.
Nurbok thinks not that it is wise to put the fate of the tribe into a Brittlebone's hands. But it is true if this stranger had wanted to kill the Moonkin, he could have done it when they were not expecting it. Also, Akrog has made up his mind, and the Moonkin are already here, so they might as well go through with it. Stop the club not in the middle of a swing.
It is Chieftain now, Nurbok, not Akrog.
Sure, Chieftain.
Oh, I hate you. But I really don't think I should, because I feel like you're going to be good later, and Legendary Warrior, 17,000 health. This guy's crazy.
Why told Zaska Akrog not earlier that he was meeting with a Brittlebone?
It is difficult. He wanted not to burden Akrog, not after what happened to his sire. Also, nothing was certain yet.
But lie bad.
Well, it is not like Zaska lied, is it? He just told Akrog not. Look, he is sorry. But what was it Narjak used to say? If the stone is crushed, there is no putting it back together.
I'm going to say 2.
Akrog understands, but Zaska should not do this again. Trusted ones need to trust each other.
Will not happen again. Now, how about they talk more about his disappointment later?
I still think he's probably the best character.
Akrog still understands not what this stranger gets out of this. Why would a Brittlebone help the Moonkin?
Grungwar wonders the same thing.
Well, that is what they are here to find out. Zaska asked him the same question, though, and the stranger told him he stands to gain as much from this as the Moonkin.
100 Moonkin tusks.
All right. Anuk, make camp here and bring in the others.
Run.
If they are not back by sundown, flee and find somewhere safe. Akrog has spoken.
If only there is a safe place. But Anug understand.
Good then. Grungwar, Zazka, Little Blood. Come. Time to find out what this stranger's wild plan is.
What next?
All right, let's go.
Big Blood? The hunters. They killed the Bone King, no? Big Blood think they untusk sire?
They probably did, but it changes nothing. Magua took him into the Moonlit River when the devouring was complete.
Uh-oh.
He will lead the
Go
way.
there. For the Moonkin!
Only fools challenge the Moonkin.
Well, there's a lot of fools in the world then, isn't there? All right, kill the bear. Nice. I don't know if I'm gonna need a lot of money. It's that. That thing looks terrifying.
Fine. Zarska will stop.
They will regret this. Need more power.
Well, can you do it now? Let's kill that one, because this is, looks like the most dangerous one.
Even the worms would not eat such a beast.
Destroy them.
What is this? Didn't get any loot.
Let
from
Zarska
those
get
things.
a proper look.
The thin helmet of hex power. Cool.
What is this?
And some wood. So, who can wear that? Because that looks like a youth. Awesome. I don't get the ability to put more constitution until next level. So, can I not walk over there?
Moving now.
No, I can't. Let's stop to heal up really quick.
Magua, mend their flesh.
I keep forgetting I have that, so I'm going to use that first in most fights. Okay. Let's get a move on. Right here, I think. There's got to be something in the river, right? Nope. Lots of deer.
Interesting. Probably.
Some wood.
Going now.
Very probably interesting.
Well, well. Look what the jungle brought to me.
Nothing important.
That stranger?
I'll talk to you in a second. I gotta steal all your food. Ooh.
No, I'll go look.
Okay. Noag should have that, actually.
This looks interesting.
So, you are the chieftain Zaska told me about. Curious.
I have no idea
He's
who you are.
Akrog Bone Crusher, chieftain of the Moonkin.
A pleasure to meet you, chieftain. I must say, I can't help but be impressed at your level of speech. Where I come from, people still believe trolls are all about grunting and roaring. But let's not beat around the bush, shall we? How much has Zaska told you about my proposal?
Magua has given many troll tribes the power to speak. Brittlebones just choose to ignore it.
That is the goddess you worship, isn't it? I see.
Akrog knows not the stranger's name yet.
That's true, and I would rather have it stay this way. Nothing personal, just precaution.
Fine. The stranger can keep his secrets.
Much obliged. So, tell me, how much has Zaska told you?
I think it's better that I keep him on my good side.
All that he
On
knows.
the good side. Whatever
The
that is.
stranger wants to bring a dead god back to life, and he needs the Moonkin's help to do it.
Imprisoned, not dead, but yes, that about sums it up. Let's start from the beginning. After the first battles between the dark and light races, which would lead to the War of the Six, many of trolls, dark elves, and orcs fled to Urgarth to recover.
The Moonkin know about the escape. That is how their ancestors came to Urgath. The last chieftain, he was one of them.
Narjak Firstborn. I'm aware. And this is not a history lesson. I'm telling you this because of the creature that led the escape.
Zarek's cub, the field dog.
The
What
what?
has it to do with anything? It went back to Fiara after
Also,
the
that looks bad.
escape hundreds of years ago.
Yes, that's what most believe, even among the light races. The truth is, the Hibernian Empire sent a division of elite warrior priests after them. The
Hibernians.
Sacred Seal.
I hate those
They
guys.
tracked down the field dog and locked it away deep inside a prison here on Urgarth. I believe that prison is on the other side of this swamp. And I also believe that while the priests of the Sacred Seal are long dead, the field dog is still there.
Okay.
If those Hibernians could trap Zarek's cub, why not kill it? They were lightlings, no?
It is true. Maybe they were not able to.
My thinking exactly. It would have been in their interest to kill the field dog, and I'm fairly certain that was their original mission. But something must have prevented them.
Very strange.
How knows the stranger all this, if no one else does?
Such a curious troll. How refreshing. First, I have access to records most other people do not. Second, for the past 5 years, I did little else but study these records.
Okay.
This makes no sense. Zarek's cub, the field dog, it is a god. Nothing can harm it.
Demigod. And yes, it's true that a field dog can't be killed by conventional means. I'm assuming that's why the priests of the Sacred Seal imprisoned rather than killed it.
Which we talked about.
Hibernians. They are the brittle bones on the land across the sea, no?
They used to be. The Hibernian Empire fell some time ago.
It fell? Oh, Grimoire knew not.
Well, how would you? The only things that travel between Urgarth and Fiara are fortune seekers and mercenaries, like the ones who hunt you.
Fiara is the one that I was on last time, so there's very little chance I'm going to meet anybody from my last campaign.
And the stranger wants to free Zarek's cub, hoping that will gain him and the Moonkin his favor. That is his idea, no?
That is correct. Zaska told me of your scourges, chieftain. The rot, the hunters. There is no way you'll wrestle down those foes on your own, but with the help of a demigod, that would turn the tables.
Now, who's to say he's going to help me?
What thinks Grimoire of this?
He thinks it is a bad idea. Even if this temple exists, and even if betting the last Moonkin warriors on this strange plan would not be madness, who is to say the cub would even help them if they break its shackles?
That's what I was thinking.
Zarek has never cared for the trolls. He made them slaves, arrow fodder for the greenskins to toss at their enemies. For all they know, the cub would simply devour the whole tribe and leave.
Better to be eaten by a god than be untusked by a brittle bone. The stranger speaks true, Grimoire.
That's a
They
lose-lose,
have
though.
no choice. Even if the hunters stop tracking them down, the rot will still keep killing Moonkin cubs before they are even born. What will Grimoire do about that,
They have Noag. He has the moon blood.
It will be many years before Noag can mate. And even if he were to sire 1,000 cubs, how would the tribe feed them while they were little? Please, Akrog. They have tried running. They have tried hiding, but it never worked. Just this once. Let them do, and not be done to.
Fine. They will take a look at this temple, then they will decide what to do next. Akrog has spoken. The stranger says this temple is here in the jungle?
Yes, I can show you. There's just one thing we need to take care of first. The Chainers.
The who?
Those green-skinned slavers?
Yes. A small troll tribe lived here. And the Chainers rushed through the jungle a few days back and enslaved them. The main group is gone, but there are still a few troops left. And they have set up their cowl right in front of the temple. I know your ranks have been decimated, but you should be able to take them on, especially with the element of surprise. Finally, there's another matter we should take care of before we move into the temple.
Which is? Alright. There's a lot of dialogue. I'm sorry, but...
So, these brittle bones in the temple, The sacred seal. The stranger said they died. What happened to them?
That's a mystery I'm hoping to solve once we're inside.
Whatever it was, Grungwar is sure the cub played a role in it.
Okay. Second question.
Grungwar, what tribe could these trolls belong to?
Mud crawlers or bog tusks, probably. They are the only ones who live this deep in the jungle.
Akrog never heard of those before. What are their bonds to the Moonkin?
Probably not enemies. They honor Magwa's law.
So how could they possibly be bad trolls?
Well, they should still be careful.
Okay.
One more thing. Why needs the stranger the Moonkin for this? If he is as powerful a hexer as Azka says, could he not free the cub on his own?
A fair question. Suffice it to say that breaking into an ancient temple has its own unique challenges, where the muscle of your kind would come in quite handy.
That is all, then. The stranger needs someone to crush rocks for him.
Well, not quite. It's also about safety. That temple has stood abandoned for centuries, so it's bound to be crawling with all kinds of vermin and undead. I thought about hiring a mercenary corps, but they are expensive, attract a lot of attention, and will probably stab you in the back the moment they sniff a gain to be made. I know this probably isn't the answer you wanted to hear, but it's the truth.
Well, at least truth is good.
What is this other matter?
Well, it's related to the creatures of this lovely jungle. Briefly put, some kind of disease seems to be making the rounds, and it makes creatures go mad, docile and predator alike.
Grungwar thinks they fought such a creature. Could it be a disease, perhaps?
If so, then it's no ordinary one. It also seems to spread. I've seen more and more animals like this. Considering you have a tribe to feed, you should probably put down those cursed animals whenever you see them. Otherwise...
They might corrupt the entire hunting grounds. The stranger speaks true. The Moonkin will take care of it.
Alright.
What about the stranger? Will he help the Moonkin fight?
I would, but something tells me I should save my strength for when we find the temple. I will do some scouting in the meantime. There are a couple of things out here I have yet to look into.
Fine, if you must. And one more thing.
I don't like that. I thought that would be better, but it's not. It's kind of ugly.
Akrog decided to trust the stranger. Make him not regret it.
Don't worry. I cannot
That's my
guarantee
boy.
any of this will work, but I will stay true to my word. Good luck now. We'll speak once you've dealt with the chainers.
Grungwar is ready.
I'm gonna go up here and see what all this stuff is.
And gone.
A teleport hex, like the hunters used.
It is true. Well then, let them take a look at this tribe camp to see what the Moonkin are up against. They
Summon
will
some
bring
spiders
the others
right there.
when it is safe.
Yeah, boys. Taunt up at least. Start hitting those things. Hit that one. Nice.
Let Akrog see.
Got some food. Is there anything over here? Doesn't look like it.
Let Akrog see.
Undead Arax. That's kind of disgusting. I dislike spiders on good days.
What?
What the heck is that? It's a big demon.
Zazka is listening.
Need more power.
Summon more spiders. Spiders. Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Akrog is ready.
Can I throw? Oh, I don't have enough. Okay, whack him. Do that really quick. Taunted at least. No. Shit.
Now Zazka get away before playing the Moonkin.
He's also summoning guys?
Enemies killed a hero.
I don't know who he killed, but hold on. Okay, well, you know what? This isn't going so well.
In that direction.
Please.
Head towards certain doom. Sure, why not? This way.
I'm gonna head back to this Godstone really quick.
The tribe needs its chieftain. He's ready.
Well, that sort of sucked. You know? I'm already down 2 of these things. I don't know how I get those back.
What should he do?
No one here.
We're gonna try that one more time.
We'll go there. Can Saska help? What is needed of him? In that
Pick up where that we were left off, you know? Run!
The tribe might survive, but his tusks are still sharp.
Keep using the things. Give him a blast. Alright, we killed the demon.
You find out.
That was extremely difficult. Ooh. I don't think... Is Noag wearing something? Yeah, what's this? Not as good. So you can take that for now. That's not terrible.
interesting. Probably.
No one go there. What this? You find out.
Ooh. I think I can give that to my now spear thrower guy, who was not originally one of those. Target is wildlife, increased attack damage, and it gets increased attack speed. That's pretty
Time
nice.
to move on.
Alright. I think we got everything we can get for the time being. So I guess we'll go kill some orcs.
At his service.
Brah, orcs!
Greenskin. Zarek's Vance, there's more of them.
Okay, get those guys. Ooh. I want to have Noag be unstoppable.
On, smash them! Is that all of them? Can they find survivors? No one go look.
We will see. Well, that's a lot of death there. A lot of dead trolls everywhere, man. This is kind of awful.
That way.
Well, the marker says to go that way. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be something up here really quick. Unless there just isn't, and that's just going to be building space for me. Yeah, it looks like just building space. Okay. Let's do this.
He is going.
There. Mudwasp, over here! Help!
Great. More problems to smash.
This is no big deal. These guys are easy. Get that guy. Who are you? The bog tusk
What should he
thrower.
do?
This.
All dead. Spike Master Ku being dead or chained now, if not for stranger trolls. Ku and kin, thank. The chainers are their enemies too. What tribe belong Ku and his kin to? Bog tusks. At least they was. Now, bog tusks all die, or slaves of greenskins.
What about he? Name, tribe?
Moonkin. Chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher of the Moonkin.
Moonkin? A chieftain Narjak, a leader of Moonkin, no?
He floats in the moonlit river now. Akrog is the new chieftain.
Oh, Narjak was great chieftain. They say they fight chainers?
They are in the Moonkin's way.
Then bog tusks help Moonkin. Chainers crush tribe and kill chieftain. They pay in blood. Chieftain Akrog agree?
Yeah, here, hold on.
Are they the only survivors? The chainers killed or took everyone else. Ku think it is true. Ku and kin out for hunting, when come back, everything burn. Bog tusks few. Now almost all gone.
Grangwar is sorry.
Then help kill chainers.
Yeah, I will. Give me a second.
The chainers. Are there still many of them in the jungle? Ku knows? Few only. Was big horde that attacked tribe camp. But now only pack here. Just like the stranger said.
This one I'm just gonna understand. They're just gonna say, let's do it.
All right. Seems like the Moonkin and the Bog Tusks want the same thing. Let them crush the chainers together. Good. There is problem, though. Akrog come back to tribe camp with Ku. Then he tell them more. All right. Chainer pack have tribe camp up jungle at Great Evil Ruin. Their bridge to go there, but chainers burn bridge. Maybe the Moonkin could mend it. Could work. But then they need to make ground around bridge their own first. The
Easy.
Bog Tusks have some scrap in tribe camp. But that not enough to mend bridge. So they need gather more. Zeramak scrappers can take care of that. The Bog Tusks know if there is scrap nearby. Lots. Everywhere. Chieftain Akrog just tell his scrappers to dig anywhere. And they will find some. All right.
Chieftain, is he all right?
What are they doing here? Akrog told them to stay at the camp.
And Nurbok told them to join him when they heard fighting. Who are these trolls?
Bog tusks. The chainers burnt down their tribe camp and enslaved their kin.
The small one speaks true. Chieftain Akrog say he helped to crush Chainer pack that's still here.
Another battle, then. Well, what must be, must be. It would be wise to let the Moonkin lay some of what they harvest aside.
Food?
Food, wood, stone, scrap, anything they can find. The Moonkin will need it for when they build a new home. Julog, bring in some beaks from the camp. Then join Crumb.
As Crumb says.
And Noog and his eyes will scout too. He go back to camp and tell them.
All right. Be on the lookout for greenskins. Will Nurbok fight?
Of course he will. He also has an idea, though. What's the Bog Tusk's name?
Spike Master Ku.
Then come with Nurbok, Spike Master Cool. There is something they must talk about.
Very suspicious. Anyway, I'm going to call it there for this video. That way I can start fresh on the next one with the whole RTS crap. So, thank you so much for watching. If you do, and when you do, I know you might at some point, but come on, you know at this point, I have no idea when that'll be. Regardless, though, I hope you enjoy, and I'd love to see you in the next video.